What up, though? We are back, man. I wanted to apologize. I know I've been gone for a while. If you got any comments about the Bowflex Max Trainer or the Revolution, you can leave it in the comments of this video, or you can go find a video regarding those two things, and I will talk about it there. This video, man, I wanted to talk about a non-sponsored video. Want to put this very clear. This is not sponsored. I do not have currently an affiliate link. I'm not sure I'll get one. But this is not me promoting Factor to gain anything back. I'm actually trying to help you guys with something after my first week of Factor. So I'll give you a little bit of a brief kind of history as what I've been going through and why I decided to finally order Factor. And you'll be surprised why I did it, or maybe you might not be. So at my heaviest weight at the end of 2023, I didn't even realize this. I went to the Minnesota Vikings Detroit Lions game. I'm there, and I get a picture of myself taken. And when I look back at it, it wasn't until I looked back at it that I realized just how big I was. Like, my face looked like a butterball. I thought I weighed 208, but I weighed 212 pounds. 212 pounds. Currently, I'm sitting at 196. The lowest that I've gotten probably in the past 3-4 years is about 190. My goal is 165. That's where my goal is. I want to be able to see my abs. I want to be able to see all of that stuff. I'm 45 years old. I'll be 46 this year. And I'm tired of playing games. So I decided to use Factor as a way of motivation and commitment. So I can commit to, I'm paying the money, so I'm going to commit. Okay. So what I do is I finally decided to save up and to save up and to settle down, man, and commit to these boxes. But let's go back. When I lost weight this time last year, I was losing weight. I was using the Bowflex Revolution. I'm sorry, the Bowflex Max Trainer. It was great, quick workout. You still burning calories when you get off. And I know that this is not really a diet, but it is 80% what you intake and 20% exercise. So now what I'm doing is I'm getting 10,000 steps. The Bowflex Max Trainer is the left side is uncomfortable. So I don't know what it is. It's just a little loose. I've tried to tighten it up. I've tried to, a lot of things. I even got on it about 2 weeks ago, and I just wasn't comfortable. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I think I'm going to retire. Will I get a new one? I'm not sure, but we'll talk about that in another video. But I weighed 212. I was getting frozen meals. Like, my thing is time. I don't have time. My wife doesn't have time. We're a family who really doesn't have time to really cook like that, right? So I was getting the frozen stuff, and I know it's high in sodium. It's not really healthy, but I was getting it. It worked. I came from 212 to about 190. So I wound up losing 22 pounds. I didn't know it was that much, but I lost 22 pounds between the Max Trainer and between being able to eat portion sizes. So I'm 1,890 calories per day using my Fitness Pal, calculating all that stuff, the whole shabazz, and I was dropping weight. So currently now I'm at 196. I've lost 3 pounds this week alone from starting Factor, my Fitness Pal, being very cognizant of what I'm putting in, right? And you know how you get dedicated? You start counting calories, or then you're like, you know what? I don't need to do this anymore. And you mentally count them, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I need to physically input what I'm ingesting every single day to stay at that mark. So what made me really commit is I was tired of the frozen stuff. I was just tired of it, tired of the taste. It usually has no taste, no nothing, right? And I know you can eat what you want to eat, just you have to be portion size. That's what this is about, portion size. So I have been putting it off. So about 2 weeks ago, I get on the scale, and I cross over 200 pounds. It's not a lot. It's like 200 pounds, 200.9 pounds. And I said, nope. My goal is not to be over 200. So I said, no, time to commit. So I got a little money, right? A little extra money. Said, let me commit. So I take the Factor. I get 50% off the first box. And now I have 4 subsequent boxes at 20%. And that's what I'm showing you right here. So the first box, I've already used it. The second box, my delivery date is Sunday. How it works for me is I get my box on Sunday from the choices that I made last week. So it's always like a week ahead. So today's Saturday, I'll get the box Sunday. By Tuesday, I have to finalize the box. Wednesday, they take the payment out, rinse, repeat. I get that for 5 total weeks. my goal is to lose 8 pounds in a month on the low side, 10 or more if I really commit, right? But I'm able, the money that I'm spending, my first box, I got 14 meals for $80. It was 50% off. So that means that 14 meals is going to be about 167. I think that's probably what it comes to. Now I'm getting about 20% off the 4 subsequent boxes. After that 5 weeks is up, I'm gonna see how I feel, see what my weight is, and see if I want to continue it. I will say this: out of the meals that I've tried, I haven't really picked any meals. I just let them pick. I am on Calorie Smart, as you can see from the where are we at? Okay, it's not on this page, but on a different page, I'm on Calorie Smart. You can get protein, you can get keto, you get a variety of different choices. But for me, calories were important because I knew I was going to count them. So I got Calorie Smart. And the most calories a meal has had is 550. That's the highest that it's gone. There's only been one meal that I didn't like the main dish, and it wasn't the meat. It had cooked carrots. I'm not a fan of any type of, if I'm going to eat carrots, they got to be raw. I do not like cooked carrots in any capacity. So it had cooked carrots. It had a lot of watery stuff in it. I really didn't like it. The meat was good, but everything else has been like a 9.5, 10 out of 10 in taste. The side dish, like the side and the main entree. So I would recommend this to anybody who is trying to get them over the hump. If you have the money, right, you can take advantage of the 50% off. If you've never used it before, you'll get 50% off your first box. You'll get 20% off the next 4 boxes, and then it'll probably go to whatever the regular price is. You can change your meals. I found out that they don't have to be in increments of 2s. You can get as little as 1. Like, you can get 1 meal, bruh. I was able to select 1 meal. So I'm probably going to go to 12 meals per week. That'll give me 2 a day and allow me to have a cheat day if I want to have that, where I just, I don't go overboard, but I don't really care. And I had a cheat day last week, and I still managed to lose the 3 pounds, right? So this is just one of the things that I've been trying. I've tried D-Herbs as well, his cleanse, and I'll probably try that again. But I would recommend that if you are stressed for time, pressed for time, if you have the extra funds, especially for the first 5 weeks, to try Factor or Cook Unity or any one of those. I can't really speak for Cook Unity. I haven't tried it, but my wife has. So I would recommend this. I was putting this off for the longest because I said, you know what, Derek, if you do this, it's your last resort because you're going to commit to it. You already know, right? I will say this. The experience that I've had from the boxes, they come very well prepared. They're in a cardboard box. You've got like this insulation around the box. You get, depending on how many meals you get, I had three of the coolers, the ice packets, 3 of them. I realize for some people what they need. And I'm a dude who likes order. So this is great for me because not only is it very structured, it's very orderly. I'm seeing benefits from this. And it's also a deterrent from eating bad stuff. So for instance, if you leave the house, you could take one with you. You're going to be gone for a while. If you leave the house and you want to grab something to eat that ain't necessarily good, right? You like, I got a Factor that I paid for at the crib. Why am I going to add additional funds and pay for this? So it's a great deterrent. And with the commitment, it's like, yo, I want this to work because I'm committed. It ain't like you going shopping and you got this stuff on the list and you got to make time to shop. You got to go and get the degree. You got to stand in the line, all of that stuff. You like, yo, it's easily accessible. It tastes great. It takes 2 to 5 minutes to heat up. It's never frozen. And again, the money that you spend. So all of that is kind of a deterrent, and it's like a gift. It's like a gift and a curse. And a curse is like, yo, you spending all this money, so you want it to work, right? You gonna commit because you spending this money, and that's just saying curse in that sense. But I don't really think it's a curse at all. It's only been 1 week, and I love it. I love it. Like real talk, man. I'm committed to going through the 5 weeks. I'm committed. Now after that changes, and again, I can change my boxes based off my preference, but I'm committed for the next 4 weeks. So I get my second box tomorrow. I'm actually about to have a Factor meal as we speak, man. So I've lost 3 pounds already. I'm telling you, if you got the money and you are having trouble and meal prep or time or something like that is a factor, then you should factor in Factor. Like seriously, as I was, partaking of my first box, I was like, I think that's where the name Factor came from. You know what I'm saying? Is all these different things are factors in why you don't reach your goal. Time is a factor. Meal prep, factor, right? Cost, factor. All of that stuff, it factors in to you losing weight. That's where I think the name came from. But I'm telling you, man, you guys got, any questions, anything like that, let me know. Again, the Max Revolution, I mixed both names. The Bowflex content is coming. We're going to get out the house as well. We're going to get out the house. I'm going to be taking you on walks. What I'm trying to do now is get a camera. I think it's the DJI camera. It's quite expensive, so I'm kind of saving up. And that's why I haven't been making any videos on the Max Trainer, the Revolution. Is because I'm trying to save up for that. I think that's the perfect camera for me because I'll be able to move around the piece of equipment. It'll follow me around. I did get a tripod. I'm ready, but I've got to plan getting this camera at the right time. And then at that moment is the goal is like to do a weekly series on using the machine. I'm going to be walking 10,000 steps and stuff like that. So you guys got any questions? Again, I'm only a week in. I'm going to be committed to a 5-week program. And I started this at one night, almost 200 pounds. Currently, I'm sitting at almost 196. So my goal is by June 1st to be under 190. And then that'll be at the end of the 5 boxes. And I can already tell you that I'm going to do whatever it takes right now to make sure I have the money to do Factor until some time clears up, because not only does it taste good, it's working, it's easy. It's a deterrent because you got not only food at the crib, but you got food that you pay for. And you know that these cats about to take out of your account. You know what I'm saying? So you like, yo, I want to make sure this works. But again, you guys got any questions, let me know, and I'll see you soon.